Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Chris, and welcome to Mindovermania. This is a reading that is specifically channeled for you. Today's topic is what is about to be revealed to you. This reading has the intention of bringing to light some things you need to be aware of and also what may be coming towards you. Maybe someone will confess someone to you. Maybe there will be a truth that has been hidden from you for a time being, and you might get the answers through this reading, or this is just confirmation and proof that whatever it is you are seeking, here's a signal you're going to find it. But first, we got to pick a card and see what exactly is going to be revealed to you. Firstly, I want you to get really grounded before we select this reading because we want to make sure that you're getting the right message at this time. So, without further ado, put both of your feet on the ground, take 3 deep breaths, go deep into your stomach, clear out all energies of doubt, and tap into your intuition. And think to yourself and ask your spirit guide team, what pile would most deeply resonate with the truth that I need revealed to me at this moment in time? Once you have that information, I want you to go ahead, click on the pile that is most resonating with you, and I will see you there. Come get your messages, guys. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 1, and you got the Tower, okay? And so that's going to be the general vibe of this truth that needs to get revealed. I'm going to do a vibe check at the beginning of this to kind of see what's going on with this revelation that's going to be coming to you and get a little bit more information about what you got to prepare for. What was interesting was whenever I was trying to tap into your energy originally, there was definitely a vibe of looping. So maybe you've been in a pattern or a cycle that has been very self-destructive to you. This particular Tower card, I mean, it looks rather intimidating and scary. So maybe you guys are kind of going up against some kind of a major social issue. Maybe you are frightened by your spirituality, or maybe there's just, I don't know, I feel like you guys, maybe you see demons everywhere, or there's just a lot of trauma energy. I just want to let you guys know that, first of all, you are safe and divinely protected at this time. You know, do not accept any of those sorts of energies coming towards you. There's a lot of people out there that maybe they wish to do you harm. Maybe you are very spiritual and bright, and as a result, there's a lot of people that don't like the light you bring. In any case, I feel like this Tower, though, is a signal that you are moving towards your final destination. It's almost like I'm seeing the hobbits going towards Sauron and going through that journey, both spiritually and also mentally. I feel like you guys are coming through a conclusion of a difficult period of time, and you're finally at the right place to have some truths revealed to you. Maybe it was a hard journey to get to this point. I feel like, you know, my throat chakra is kind of clearing out a little bit, and maybe you guys are learning to speak up. Maybe you're doing the therapy work. Whatever is going on in your life right now, I feel like the final test is about to emerge before you reach your final destination. Oh gosh, I don't even know what that card is, because it's 22. Right? So maybe that number is very important for you. This card is a little frightening. I don't have this deck particularly memorized because this is the Alleyman's Tarot, but I'm definitely feeling there is something in your subconscious that is scaring the absolute crap out of you. Again, I'm looking at these mishmash of body parts and whatnot, and so to me, it feels like this amalgamized version of the self where maybe you went through a lot of trauma in childhood. Maybe you struggled to have a sense of self identity. And so you kind of basically mirrored the people around you. You kind of learned how to survive by copying the people around you. Maybe you didn't have the words or the language to tell people what was going wrong with you. And you might still struggle with language barriers. Maybe you grew up in a different country and then you came to maybe the US or somewhere else, and suddenly you're like, oh, hey, English isn't my first and best language, but I'm trying to learn to assimilate, but I feel like I'm only half of myself. I feel like there's a lot of broken pieces that are kind of scattered around with whatever you're dealing with. Yeah, the 10 of Eyes in reverse. Yeah, there's some very interesting imagery you guys got going on here. I feel like maybe you saw a lot of things growing up in your childhood. With this 10 of Eyes, I'm specifically feeling like spiritually, you were very, very aware of things going on around you, especially big picture. That's why when it came to that Hobbit journey, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you guys, your spiritual path may not necessarily be a conventional one. I feel like this particular group is you're fighting the big boys. Like you're not coming to play around. Like you're sitting there saying, hey, I want to make social change and I'm gonna put my feet down and I'm gonna say exactly what I gotta say. You guys are, again, I'm feeling like, there's a bit of a tormented soul element, but that's like not who you are, and so specifically, for example, using that scenario where, again, maybe you went through something that was very, very difficult and you're off to face the final boss. You already know how the story ends, right? There's a reason why we write children's novels the way that we do. And specifically a lot of the ones in the past, right? Like it was all about fighting monsters and overcoming dragons and things like that. And specifically, you got to overcome your own dragon first. That's your biggest enemy right now. And I think right now, because of you doing this inward journey, it's a little terrifying to you. Like, again, my eyes got drawn to this thing where it's almost like you have, for so long, been detached from the best version of you that it's become a stranger and it's become your enemy. Okay? Like there's something about maybe your ability to protect yourself got demonized as a young child, and so you learned that, hey, I'm a bad person, and you took all this in because of maybe a parent's words, or I'm feeling word choice is really important for this group, because especially the way you talk to yourself, the way you speak out loud, and the way you acknowledge your inner world is very, very important, because you are listening every single time that you speak. Every time you talk crap about something that is resonating with a piece of you, every time you say something that may be negative, every time you reveal something that wasn't meant to be told, this version of you takes a brunt of that energy. Okay, and then we got weird-ass mystical shit. Yeah, like, man, all of these eyes, yeah, that is huge. So maybe you guys got to do some evil eye clearing. Maybe you were messed with spiritually at a very young age. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of like imagery between maybe like fantasy roleplay novels, a lot of darker type energies growing up. Again, this I'm gonna say it. This is like the Demon Slayer type energy you guys have, where you're kind of like, okay, I learned how to overcome all of these challenges in my life. I learned how to fight, and I learned how to confess my truth, and I feel like you guys went through so much that you deserve to have the recognition of coming this far, but now you just gotta face yourself, right? And every time you say something's demonic, every single time you throw that evil label out there towards something that was not in alignment with you, that version of you picked up on that. Okay? And so I think what's going to get revealed to you guys has a lot to do with your own internal conflicts. I'm not going to go too much deeper into this reading because I feel like a lot of this stuff is, because it's very trauma oriented, I highly recommend you guys talk to a therapist and work through some of this with them. But honestly, some of you guys, you don't really need to do too much more work than what you're actually already doing. I feel like you guys are already pretty aware of this showdown that's going to happen. So let's pull a couple more cards to get some advice from Spirit as you go towards this energy. And what do you need to do to prepare for this battle? Or whatever is going to get revealed. Yeah, I'm hearing it's like, it's the final countdown. Because originally I was also thinking of the TikTok where it's like, the final brain cell. But also I'm hearing the final breakdown. So maybe you're going to have one more major psychic awakening before you kind of come to terms with who you are. I feel like it's kind of like you have to like break down in order to break open, and you're terrified of looking at this version of yourself. Again, I think it's like that eye. Maybe this is when your third eye finally opens up, or you're just going to have a spiritual awakening so strong that you're going to finally be able to manifest your dreams. Forceful, yeah. I feel like for some of you guys, I mean, I think the words I'm saying might be freaking some of you guys out a little bit, but like forceful is the appropriate word. Because I feel like you've been forced throughout your whole life to be in this story dynamic, right? And I feel like you forced yourself to become someone that you were not. You were had belief systems forced on you. It's almost like all of that force that other people tried so hard to put onto you, it's just going to come right back out. And it's going to get returned to sender in a big way. Financial support, child alimony, government. Yeah, I really feel like you guys are going to show up. I don't want to say a completely different person, but you're going to show up out there ready to go do exactly what you need to do. Money's going to be flowing your way. Something to do with a child. Maybe you guys were having difficulty as a child, or maybe you're a parent right now, but for me this feels like inner child. Your inner child's finally going to get taken care of, and when you finally reach that point where you start talking to that amalgamous version of you, and when that version of you becomes a child again and starts being happy, you're going to wake up to a lot of the things that hurt you, and it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, and you're going to need a timeout. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. It's going to be a struggle. But as I said, it needs to happen in order for you to get where you need to go. Because again, Sauron needs defeated at some point in time. Okay, because Sauron is taking over the land. Sauron is out to hurt people, and it's out there doing things that are not good for everybody, right? Because it's an evil entity. It's got its own rules, right? But you, at the end of the day, you're the challenger to that, right? And when you learn to overcome your inner battle with your inner demons, with yourself, again, they're not demons. Every piece of you is meant to be whole. And sometimes our bodies and our minds don't act the way that society wants them to. They don't act in the way that we deem as morally right. But they do that because they want to survive. They want to stay in a certain frequency. They want to stay in a certain type of place. And maybe they learn to do those poor behaviors as a result of what you went through. But you can't carry those into adulthood anymore. You need to face your secrets. You have to stop beating yourself up, and you have to start seeing yourself as a person. Okay? We got on the table, offer, proposal, commitment. Yeah, you are going to be committing to yourself. And whatever is going to get revealed to you, maybe this is like a group of people, or maybe there's going to be an opportunity that comes your way. Something's going to be offered to you, and you're going to say no, because it's not in alignment with your truth. You're going to say all of the things in the world. You're going to say every bad thing out there. But when it actually comes towards you, I'm seeing you're saying no. Because it disrupts your peace. There's something about a really great opportunity coming towards you that maybe it's going to show you exactly who you are. And it's going to reveal to you why you don't negotiate with certain kinds of people. Like there's a reason why this hobbit, isn't out there running with the orcs. They did their best to stay true to themselves. I think of, like, for example, with Smeagol and whatnot. Smeagol got corrupted by the ring, right? And so that's why the hobbits are out there. They're not going to let the ring corrupt them, right? And you guys are on that same journey. You're not going to let that corrupting energy get to you. You've got shocking. Yeah, whatever is going to get revealed to you is going to shock you. It's going to shock your parents. I think it's going to shock quite a few of your friends or whatever, because they're going to know, like, it's almost like you guys always knew you were kind of different. You were made for something else. And whatever shocks them and surprises them, I feel like to you, it's not that surprising, but to these other people, they're going to go, whoa, I did not know that person was capable of that. I didn't know that person was doing that behind the scenes. There's like some kind of trauma maybe that you're going to reveal, or you're going to come out just, I mean, you're going to come out of your darkness and people are going to go, what? I think you're gonna maybe scare some people too. I think you're gonna sit there and you're gonna go, oh my gosh, that person just said that on live national television, or that person just said that. And you're gonna go, yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it? It kind of feels badass energy. We've got abandoned. Yeah, so some of you guys, maybe as part of why this truth is getting revealed to you, is because you're gonna get abandoned by somebody. Maybe someone close to you. Maybe this already happened to you in the past, but I do feel like that abandonment issue, it went deep with you. And you guys have been abandoning yourselves for a very long time. And here's the thing that happens, with the hobbits, right? When you look at the Lord of the Rings and all of the people in the Fellowship of the Ring, look at all those warriors, all of those talented people, all the things that they went through. But you know who are the protagonists? The hobbits. The hobbits, they couldn't keep up and do what the elves were doing. They didn't do what the human guards were doing and whatever. They were just their hobbity selves. They like second breakfast, they like to sleep, and they don't do those things. Well, guess what? The hobbit's the one that saves the day. Okay? The hobbit didn't need all the credentials, didn't need to go down all these other No. They were just a person. And I want you to understand that that's what frightens a lot of these terrible people most, is that people are going to resonate with you because you're an ordinary person, and it's going to reveal to them and all these other people that they are Sauron, right? Can you imagine the orcs when they realize that, oh, actually my boss just wants to kill everybody and doesn't look out for me? There's a lot of traumatized people out there that are not aware that they're traumatized, that they are protecting something that's really not safe. And you saw those demons as a young child, right? You saw the hearts of people growing up. You knew who wasn't safe. You knew who was safe. And that's going to get really revealed to you by whatever is coming your way next. It's going to show you what does safety truly look like to you. It's going to show you spiritually, financially, all of these things are going to come through to you, okay? But you need to make the decision to not abandon yourself. Don't abandon your intuition, and listen. Listen abundantly, clearly. Say what it is you need to say, get it out to the universe, but everything you say has a consequence, both good consequences and negative consequences. You could be out there telling people to love themselves, and people will still dislike you for that. Is that a hill you want to die on? Do you really want to be holding yourself back, holding back your intuition, your gifts, because somebody out there is going to get upset because someone is messed up and mentally ill and is going to take things out on you? Because not all mental illnesses are the same, guys. But what I can tell you is you are not the same. And I want to really emphasize that to you, is because you maybe have some darkness in you that you developed to survive those people does not mean you're the same. And I always want you to believe in yourself that way. Okay? You are not the same. So face it. Work with the version of yourself that is potentially undesirable and difficult to work with, and manage your way through this next portion, because it's going to be very, very difficult. But you have the truth, and that truth is going to cut through everything. It's the final boss, guys. You got this. Anyways, if you would like a personal reading with me, if you resonated with this message, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Follow me on the social medias. Please book me for a reading. I am open. DMs are open right now. If you check out the description below, you will have all the information on what you need to do to reach me. Yeah, and then also we will be having live streams every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. Come and hang out. We have a great community here. Anyways, though, thank you guys so much for the time and energy you took to participate in this reading. I will see you all next time. Share and like with your friends, okay? Thank you and goodbye. Hello, everybody. You have chosen pile number 2, which you got the strength card. You got it in the upright position, so I'm seeing control, discipline, self-mastery. This is going to be a reading about what's about to be revealed to you. So, specifically, the vibe I'm getting, at first, like, I was kind of coughing here and I was thinking it has something to do with your health, but specifically, I feel like something is going to get revealed about your mental health or something about your mind space. With this self-mastery and self-discipline, I'm really getting a vibe and energy that you're going to get pushed into a situation where you gotta go. You gotta hustle, but you are going to be so self-disciplined. It's going to be kind of machine-like, I'm not going to lie. And maybe that was like a space that you were forced to be in for a long time, being very disciplined and in control. And I feel like what's going to be revealed to you is self-mastery and what you need to do to take the steps to get and be that self-disciplined person. Again, maybe some of you guys, you struggled being disciplined in childhood. I'm seeing some of you guys really struggling in school because of the things you went through. Maybe you are going to be mastering your body and your mind. So say, for example, there's going to be chaotic things going on around you and you're going to be like, all right, I don't give a crap what's happening around me. It's go time. It's time for me to reveal my inner strength and fortitude at this time. There's something about you're going to need to be very strong when you're watching what's going on around you. I don't know if there's maybe going to be something political going on that might be frightening to you in particular. I'm seeing people with like control problems around you suddenly realizing, oh, this person was a heck of a lot stronger than what we chalked them up as. It's almost like maybe you didn't reveal this strength to other people, but you knew it was inside of you. So if anything, like what's about to get revealed is how much of a badass you are. Which I love it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some more cards, just to kind of get more of a vibe check of what's going on with your pile. I'm sticking with 2 cards for right now to keep it short and sweet. Oh, 3. Ooh! Ooh, did you guys see that? Okay, so it was funny because yeah, the card I pulled was Union, and Abandon was hidden underneath it, and then we got financial support, child alimony, government. Yeah, something is getting revealed about, like, you and another person. Ooh, like, I'm seeing, like, there's, like, I'm hearing, like, divine love affair, or there's some kind of a powerful union between 2 opposing forces that's really gonna come through. Like, I'm just seeing, like, again, maybe you have a spiritual relationship that has been difficult to overcome, or, like, again, like, you've really needed a lot of self-discipline and strength in order to reach this point. It's almost like I see you guys, like, being like, okay, I'm working hard and staying determined that I'm gonna be the best version of myself to attract another partner. And so it's like almost like this person was kind of waiting for you to like get your crap together to be like, hey, by the way, we're okay now. I'm definitely getting union. Maybe you're going to unify with a version of yourself that you've been looking forward to seeing. Again, I'm focusing on the divine masculine right here. So it's almost like I'm seeing like, it's like in a movie when Rocky, yeah, I'm feeling like the Rocky type character where he's like, all right, I'm enough. I've put up with enough of this. It's time for go time. And so then he does all the work and whatever, and then he finally like reveals his true power and whatnot, and he overcomes something, and then he gets the girl. Or it's like there's kind of like this movie storytelling type vibe where it's like, yeah, they're gonna work it out. Like it's almost like that kind of energy. But specifically though, this union card was hiding this abandoned card. And so I feel like it's almost like, maybe you've been too focused on a romantic partnership and making a relationship work, and you've been hiding from your abandonment issue. Like maybe you've been sitting here being like, man, she doesn't care about me. There's no good in this world. Or like you've just been abandoning yourself. And so you needed to go on this self-discovery journey to be like, actually, I'm pretty awesome. And if that person doesn't want me, then that's their problem. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the protagonist finally wakes up and realizes, wait a second, that person didn't want me for me. that person actually just wanted a storybook ending with me, and there was no real foundation with that. So, maybe you're gonna abandon a person or a community because you're gonna go, oh, nope, 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 I've got the strength to do this on my own. No, thank you. Like, I see you guys literally kind of just up and leaving something to go pursue what your true passion is. Again, Rocky Balboa style. I'm seeing you like every morning, you're hustling down those steps and being like, I got that self-discipline. I got that dog in me. And then finally, like financial support. I feel like you will be so financially supported on this journey. It's almost like the moment you leave this community and go, wait a second, what have I been doing? There's people out there that want to give me money? What? What? I do see some inner child work here as well, but also could be maybe you just need to start acting like a child again. Like maybe you kind of had to be too disciplined and stiff and in control, and so then finally when you're like actually yourself, it's like, oh, okay, this person actually can go have a good time. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like maybe sometimes you had to work to be fun. Because work was so in your field, or like you had this idea that self-mastery and self-discipline meant like you had to be like militaristic with it instead of just being like, hey, Rocky doesn't have the same energy as a military person, right? Rocky's out there, I mean, he's a fighter, but like you can go and hang out with Rocky after a fight. I mean, maybe he's a little weird and maybe he's a little different, but like it's Rocky. He stands out. He's uniquely himself, right? And that takes a certain amount of control that is out of balance with what the current external narrative around you is that in order to be in control, you don't have emotions, you don't show weakness, you don't blah, 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 when instead control is all about what you reveal to other people. It's about self-discipline in being yourself, so not allowing other people to cause you to stray from your path, to know what your boundaries are, to actually sit there and stare at the face of whatever's coming towards you and be like, all right, I'm a fighter, put your fists up. You know what I mean? And like maybe that person's also a fighter too, but you're going to learn something from it and you're going to have the strength to be able to say, hey, I'm not going to win every fight at first, but if I'm going to be the champ, I got to lose a couple fights. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be ashamed of that. All right, let's go ahead and pull some more cards to get some more information about what is about to be revealed to you. Ooh, there's just something about this union too. It's almost like maybe you're going to combine two versions of yourself that you've been fighting. So like maybe, for example, you really struggled with self-discipline and you were like, one half of me is like, yeah, when I hyper-focus, I really know how to get things done. But then other times I feel so quote-unquote lazy and I can't get motivation on this. It's like, well, first of all, those are two different versions of yourself. And you also need to stop calling yourself lazy because you just don't know how to regulate your emotions. I feel like a lot of you guys, maybe you were kind of gaslit and be like, oh, you have ADHD, or, oh, I've got some kind of like a deficiency or whatever. And it's like, no. You don't have a deficiency. If anything, stop telling yourself that you're deficient because you're just re-wounding a version of yourself that's not in control. I mean, yeah, adults are going to look at a child that, has these different behaviors as a result of this poor parenting style that, oh no, my child's defunct. And then you carry that into adulthood. What? Like, your parents were the ones that caused that dysregulation. Society around you is not built for your energy structure. And there's so much abundance in information out there that can support you. Like when you start realizing, hold up, wait a second. They're not doing this because I'm defunct. They're doing it because they want control. And they believe and think that there's something wrong with me when actually, I'm actually very self-regulated when I stop listening to your BS. Okay? I'm just saying, yeah, we've got this blank card here, which tells me, like, right now, things are a little uncertain. Right now, you're kind of like, what is my strength? Maybe you guys need to take like a retreat, take some time away to be like, all right, what are my strengths? What is my truth? Who am I? What am I going towards? Start asking those questions and speak it out into existence. Like go get like a whiteboard and start writing like a maniac, everything that you can, that's on your brain, get it out of the way. Then ask yourself the question again. Release all that trauma and stress and be like, all right, nitty gritty. What is my first response? What do I need to do? Boom. Okay, great. Cutting through that BS and chaos is going to really help you guys out. We've got the 8 of Cups in reverse. You got to release some of this emotional baggage that you have tied towards your strength. I know that you guys, maybe when you were younger, someone took away your sparkle, but you got to stop playing into that. Like, some of you guys are a little too old for that. And you got to understand that tying your strength towards respectability, towards responsibility, like, just because you have a lot of responsibility does not mean you're strong, okay? Does not mean you're truly a leader. And it doesn't mean you speak the truth, okay? Like, to say your truth and to be standing and living and breathing in your own experience, that requires a strength that not a lot of people got. But this pile does, okay? You guys, you got to change your definition around strength, because a lot of times with strength, people think, oh, it's related to violence, it's related to picking up heavy things. It's like, yeah, but a lot of you guys got very deep emotional strength that a lot of people don't have. The fact that you can love people through all the things you've been through. No one tells you that that's a hard thing to do, okay? It's like this world really takes lovers for granted because you don't know what it took to still care about a person after they've been through trauma. You don't know what it took to still believe in love after having every sign and signal around you telling you society the opposite. No, you have the strength to overcome this, and this is your superpower, Group 2. And I want you to remind yourself and believe everything I'm saying with such a deep conviction that your strength is yours. It is to be used for your benefit. I get you got a job, but here's the thing, man, that money is not coming towards you. And sometimes you got to sit quiet in that room and wait for the right moment. But you have the fortitude internally to get you through this situation. Use your intuition. Set your boundaries. Go forward and do what it is you got to do. All right, so another card we got here is a song. When Doves Cry by Prince. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? So cold. Maybe I'm just too demanding. You are not too demanding, Group 2. You guys, you're the powerhouses that I believe in, right? Like, y'all are the people that, you know, when the whole group of people around you say yes to something and you're the only one saying no, you stand by that, okay? And there is nothing wrong with you. I think a lot of you guys are used to getting gaslit or abandoned like this. How can you leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe you were that person where you sat there and were like, why is everyone doing the bad thing? And I'm the only one that cares. Maybe at that time in your life you were helpless, you were a small child, you couldn't do anything. Well, guess what, guys? You're an adult now. Or you're moving towards adulthood. I don't know the age range here. But either way, check out When Doves Cry by Prince. I'll put a link in the description. But you are that dove. And maybe you had to cry it out for a bit. But you sure as heck are not going to stay there for very much longer. You have the fortitude and financial capability to do this. I don't know. Maybe you guys, you don't feel it right now. But your financial capacity is going to significantly increase when you start flexing your muscles, guys. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. Yeah, here's another thing too. Some of the strength, maybe it's going to be strength in trust. Maybe it's going to be in the trust in the universe and you being able to say, hey, I'm in a real pickle of a situation right now. I'm not going to give that any attention because I am so convicted and strong in my belief system that I'm going to go and get what I need. I'm going to go get what I deserve. And I don't need all the answers. I think maybe that scares some of you guys because you're kind of afraid of your own superpower. You're kind of like, whoa. Maybe, like, I literally see you guys holding yourselves down because that's what people taught you to do. Because one, very powerful people like yourselves, people don't know how to handle that. Especially if, like, maybe you're the oddball. Maybe you're the toughest person in your family and everybody around you is doing things that aren't right. And you're sitting there going like, man, if I could just get up on my podium and say what, like, give me all the power. Here's the thing. You already have all the power. Nobody took that away from you. You took that power away from you by listening to something outside of yourself. When you stop listening to that, you're going to say, I don't care. And you're not going to need all the answers. Okay? Like, there's a lot of leaders out there that are not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be for everybody. But if you're going to stand in your truth, if you're going to show up for you, that's all it takes. And you have all that strength in you. You just got to remember. Here's another song. And I'll catch your eye when I walk on by. Nobody will stop me. Roll up by the struts. Yeah, you're going to be... I'm just seeing you guys kind of balling. I see you guys dancing. I see you guys singing like nobody cares. This is the kind of attitude where I'm just seeing like Kurt Cobain style of just standing there and looking out in the audience and just being like, I could be at the grocery store. I could be standing in a crowd of like 10,000 people. It's all the same to me. Like, it's like that level of like strength of just maintaining your power by just being you. Okay? Yeah, and you're gonna enjoy looking sexy too. Maybe some of you guys need that strength to just kind of own what you look like and just walk out there and say, hey, I don't care if you think I'm ugly. I don't care about your social games. I'm kind of done. And I think that's going to be super attractive to a lot of people because no offense, you guys, especially like to the guys that are listening to this, because I feel like men receive the worst brunt of physicalness and whatnot, where you guys are like, oh, well, I'm not attractive. I don't look like that six-pack guy. Blah, blah, blah. Look, okay, confidence in anybody will significantly increase your sexual prospects more than any physical appearance. I mean, like, yeah, you'll get more of a leg up if you're attractive, but if you've got the right personality and the right balls on you, it's over. It's done. All right. We got another song. Anytime you feel alone, put on your headphones. Love's coming through your headphones. Headphones by Britt Nicole. I love this song. It's a great hype me up song. Wow, you guys are all getting songs. Are you musicians? Are you guys like maybe out there sitting there being like, oh, I'm afraid my music's not gonna get out there? No, it's a matter of when, guys. Okay, like if you have the strength to withstand the music industry and you're like, listen, it's do or die, it's me or nothing. This is the right audience for me because I'm sitting here like, If you're feeling alone, if you're feeling scared, listen to some music, jam out. All of those people that made bank and did what they were successful at doing, they were just like you. They were strong. They were human beings too. Okay? You're thinking you need some God sent whatever. You just gotta be yourself. Because if that's part of who you are, you already got it. You don't have to work for it. Just go do it. Another song. The sky is falling on me as your hands turning gold and weak. I'm giving myself up to thee, a futile sacrifice gone sear. A rose for Epona by Vitae. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Yeah, I'll put this song in the description, but yeah, it's kind of like basically saying you gotta surrender to the universe hardcore and just let your body do the work. It's almost like you were kind of built for this stuff, and at this point, there's no stopping you. Like, you can't stop this train, not even you. Alright, you're too powerful for yourself. I wasn't raised knowing how to handle this. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys, you just were not raised around people that know how to handle this kind of big energy. Yeah, like I said, I feel like kind of you ended up being that person in your family where you were the strong one. You were the one carrying all your friends when everything was going to hell, and you were the only one that seemed to know what was going on when things were happening. And, I relate to this energy, but I think you gotta also understand that part of your issue with self-mastery is about understanding that you weren't raised knowing how to raise a badass, okay? Maybe some of you guys were, but a lot of y'all, I'm definitely feeling like if you made it to this pile, this is the kind of group of people that you're kind of like, am I doing this right? When everyone else around them was just like, what? What happened to you? Right? And you're just like, huh. Like, I'm seeing, like, Goku from Dragon Ball Z literally just being like, oh, yeah, I do it for the power of my friends, you know? And everyone else around them's like, that person frightens me because of how scary powerful they are. That's the vibe and energy you gotta have with yourself, is understanding, you know, the world's always falling apart, but the world still needs you, and you're not gonna have as difficult of a time as getting through things as other people. And I think that kind of confused you also too. All right, I gotta wrap this up because I could fangirl about you guys forever, but I got other readings to do. Communicate clearly and deliberately. Yeah, so like I said, be very specific about the words you use, the way you talk to yourself, and when you talk to other people, because people are listening to you. They admire your strength and your communication style. Maybe you just got to change it up a bit. Maybe the strength that you have is learning to speak evenly whenever you're talking to people that are not on the same level as you. And I think, like, maybe this group does have an issue with maybe intimidating people. Take what resonates. I don't think that's everybody. But specifically, I feel like you're afraid of intimidating people, when really you just gotta communicate your intentions clearly and deliberately, send out your message, and then move on. Okay? What is the quote that I really love? I think it's a Teddy Roosevelt quote. It's one of the Roosevelts. But basically, it's speak softly and carry a big stick. And all that means is say what you gotta say, but you better have the follow through. So, anything you're releasing, do it in private, don't do it in public. But when you go public and whenever you're talking to people, you got to go out there and you're going to communicate things that are going to upset people. So be very clear and deliberate in your delivery. Okay? Use that strength though, honey. You're meant for this. You are built for this kind of madness. Okay? You're built for this kind of strength. You're built to just come up and say, hey, you can't contain this person. You can't contain this woman. You can't contain this man. I'm a beast. And you cannot tell me otherwise. Anyways, y'all, man, I hope I become friends with you guys sometimes. You guys seem really cool. Anyways, though, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this reading. Please like and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. If you would like an empowerment boosting, wonderful reading from myself, please book me. There's links in the description. Consider donating. I always appreciate that from you guys. And comment down below to let me know what it is you're working on. What are the strengths that you're discovering about yourself, and how are you going out there and changing the world? Finally, I do have live streams every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 7 p.m. Central, where we do free tarot readings, we do hanging out, and kind of talking about stuff. But yeah, go continue to empower other people though, because I feel like you guys are definitely the pile that, like, I don't need to give you that much information. You're just here for the hype. You're here to hang out and start kicking butt. So I appreciate y'all, and thank you so much for all the things you do in the world today. You guys are really great. Anyways, see you all next time. Take care. Hello everybody. You have chosen, this is either the Knight of Cups or the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay? And it was kind of interesting because when I was sitting here clearing my energy out, take what resonates, but I was definitely getting a vibe that this group is feeling really rejected right now. So in any case, I'm going to send you guys big hugs and a lot of love to y'all as you're going through whatever you're going through. I'm going to start off with a bit of a vibe check so that way we know what's going on with your situation. Is this the right pile for you? And then we're going to tap into specifically what is about to be revealed to you. Specifically with this theme of rejection, right? So Page of Cups is usually, kind of like the beginning of a romantic interest. It's usually someone that's a little bit more on the shy side, maybe someone that's a little emotionally immature, but kind of clear-hearted. And then the Knight is usually about, receiving a love offer, coming forward, and yeah, I feel like you took someone's rejection a little too harshly. And so something that's going to get revealed to you is more about this rejection feeling or with other people in general. Maybe you guys are, okay, for some reason Aquarius came out. So maybe that there's like, you're a water sign. I know Aquarius isn't a water sign. Don't come at me. I'm not big into astrology. So I'm still learning. But there's definitely like an abandonment emotional issue that's going on with this group that's leading you guys to believe that maybe you're worthless, maybe your person didn't treat you right, maybe you're kind of used to not getting treated right. I feel like this pile gets picked on a little bit, or maybe it was picked on in school, or your emotions were just rejected. Aw, I don't know. I just keep seeing like, it's almost like I'm seeing like the kid in elementary school that never learned to talk to other people because you were just so afraid of everybody when you're a really nice, sweet person. And so then now maybe into adulthood or moving forward, you're kind of sitting there thinking to yourself, man, I don't really know how to handle rejection from people. I don't really know what is going on where people don't like me. Let's go pull some cards to get some clarity on this energy, though. But I am feeling that you're going to realize that you weren't rejected for the same reasons that you think. And I feel like there's like maybe somebody from your past as well that maybe this reading is going to give you some revelation about your rejection patterns. Because I feel like you're also rejecting things that are good for you as a result of this past abandonment wound. We've got roller coaster, highest high, adrenaline rush. Yeah, I feel like you're always going through a roller coaster of emotions. Maybe you've got social anxiety. Maybe this person, or maybe you I don't know why I was about to say made love. I feel like you love tumultuous people, and that gives you an adrenaline rush, but as a result of that, you end up feeling very abandoned and rejected. And your spirit guide team's kind of saying, hey, if you date emotionally stable people, you're not going to get rejected as much because you're chasing an adrenaline high. You're not really chasing the person. And I know you feel high and mighty because you want to help people. I know you want to feel, or like, I know you want to play savior or try to help people that are going through these emotional roller coasters, but you got to start believing in you're responsible for yourself, and you got to believe that those people need to be responsible for their actions regardless of what their mental health state is. I feel like you're rejecting somebody or something, and that's going to get revealed to you very soon because of you're chasing adrenaline highs. We've got ascending, so maybe you guys are going through a spiritual awakening right now. You're making progress in your relationships. You're noticing your life's improving. I noticed that maybe you guys are also getting more spiritual downloads and becoming more aware of what's going on around you. That's important to recognize as well about what's going to get revealed, because as you ascend, you're going to start to see the gaps and patterns of your behavior with what you used to put up with and what you're doing now. Admired. I feel like maybe this person's a secret admirer, or maybe you admire people secretly. There's something, maybe you have a creative sense, or like I'm seeing this girl with the ballerina and dancing. You know, it's almost like you gotta just like release something, you know, spiritual to get it out into the world, and it's gonna be a really great thing. But you're being revealed, or what's being revealed to you hasn't come out yet. Like, what is that thing? Maybe you haven't found out what your creative passion is, or you don't know what your life is supposed to be about. You're going to find out pretty soon. But creativity and having other people admire you, I think, holds you back because you're afraid of people looking at you. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't help it if you're cute. Gosh, sue me, right? That's what other people are saying about you, and you're sitting there like, oh my God, like, I can't believe that person said I was hot. Like, you're like sitting there going like, nope, I'm going to completely give up lots of money and a very fulfilling job and a great relationship, all because that means I got to stand in front of a crowd of people and have them check me out. Like, what are you saying, right? Like, I know this isn't all of you, but there are definitely some of you where I'm sitting there like, come on, guys. Come on. Stop that energy right now, all right? Especially if you were rejected. It's like, okay, maybe that hot person rejected you in high school, but we're like in our 30s. You know, if you want to change your appearance and look better, go buy different clothes, go wear your hair nice, go work out, but like, come on. You're way more attractive than you believe, and you have so many great qualities to you as well. You got to start believing and owning in it. Also, too, even if you're not conventionally attractive, you got to understand that you have the power to change that situation around, and it doesn't mean everyone's going to reject you. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're a little in your head about some of that. Lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off. Yeah, I feel like maybe someone ghosted you. Maybe you were blocked by somebody who you were really passionate about. Or maybe you're just kind of blocked off from this version of yourself. This truth is still going to get blocked off because you cut it out. It's like you literally, like, whatever's about to get revealed to you, you cut out of your solar system so hard and so passionately that your spirit guide team's like, we can't even get through to this person. So we're going to send Christian in here to come in and use her powerful voice to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right, and then finally escapist. So maybe escapism is a huge part of your personality. Maybe it's a huge red flag that you give to other people because everyone's like, why are you trying to escape from all the things that are good for you? Okay, that's weird. And you're sitting there going like, ah, why? Why did God make me hot? Why did all this roller coaster things? Why? Like, oh my gosh, y'all. Holy cow. The drama in this pile. Oh, it's sending me. Okay, anyways, I feel like this group, you know this is your pile. Some of y'all are laughing. You gotta be, because I'm sitting here like, come on, guys. Come on, you know this is your pile. You know what you're doing. All right, let's get some more cards about what is going to get revealed to you. Maybe about this breakup or about this situation. Because you guys, like, you took it to heart, but I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Literally, it's kind of like, oh no, you got rejected by the county douchebag. Oh no. Oh no, this person who treats everybody poorly said no to you when you're the catch. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want to sit there and be like, yes, anyways, that's nice. Yeah, anyways, go over that way, right? Because over there is a much more attractive person that happens to actually like you for you and wants to support you, right? Especially too, it's kind of like, I see this almost like, this is reminding me of a friend of mine where it's like, okay, you can stand in a crowd of very successful people and like, okay, they all look very good and everybody's doing their thing and everyone's got like a story to tell and they've got all their social graces and blah, 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 right? And you're standing there feeling so intimidated and you're like, I shouldn't be in this room. I shouldn't be here. What's going on? I'm an imposter. And literally, you're like the hottest person in the room because all those other people are inappropriate. All those other people are unapproachable. They have unrealized potential because they're busy trying to copy what everyone else is doing. They're saying things that you don't believe in, and they're saying their inside thoughts out loud, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, if you're watching a group of very attractive people make fun of unattractive people, or I don't want to even do that polarizing topic, but I'm saying it in terms so you know what I'm talking about. Like, these are the kind of people that, like, when people grow up, they're like, I don't want to grow up to be like you. You're kind of not nice. It's kind of like the people who peaked in high school, and then everyone around them that grows up kind of goes like, hey, like, we don't talk like that anymore. We're like 35. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It's that sort of energy. And I feel like you guys are, maybe you were trying to play that game a little bit, or you're still giving those kinds of people power over you when your spirit guide team and all the people around you are like, they're kind of turned off by you because of the fact that you literally are cutting out the best version of you that everyone wants to be interacting with, right? So let's get into the cards here. We've got emptiness, right? So we've got this girl where you can see like the skeleton underneath her. And I feel like I was about to say like you're so shallow and whatever. And I'm like, what? Are you talking to yourself that way? Okay, wow, I want to go spend money to have, like, you know, a decent phone system, right? Like, maybe I want to have really good headphones or whatever. Like, God forbid you're successful and spend your money on yourself, right? And taking care of you. But specifically, this emptiness is, it's almost like you're trying to pretend that you're empty. like you gotta, like, empty your soul to be around these people. And I'm kind of sitting here like, what do you do? Like, make it make sense. Why are you supposed to, why are you trying to fit in around people that have not the same adventure you're having? Like, okay, maybe you like to go about and make life really, really positive, and then you have to, like, kill your soul because you're in a corporate environment or whatever. That, like, why are you giving people that energy? Why are you giving those people power over you? Remember, guys, especially if you're in a job situation and you're resonating with this message, it's a job. It's there to make you money. But also remember, a job is not your identity, and you can make money without a job. You can make money by saying things out into the universe and doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and money will follow. Sometimes it's not always going to be money. Sometimes it's going to be a great connection. Sometimes it's going to be a new passion. But all I'm saying is if you're working this corporate job and all of that unique, like, information that is coming out of you, someone else could be actually doing something valuable with their company and be paying you right and treating you right, and you should be working for them instead. And you should be telling all these people, middle finger in the air, I'm not letting my skills and talents be wasted on a system that does not support people, on a system that does not support me, because I'm the one that's making you money. I don't have to be here. And when you start owning that and realizing that the people who peaked in high school should not be obtaining your wealth that you accumulated from your skills and talents, you're going to start walking and talking a bit different. Like, oh no, I got rejected by the CEO because he preys on people with weak boundaries. Oh, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, local creeper. Oh, society's telling me I need to like this person when they're not that great. Non-action. Yeah, some of you guys got to learn to just don't take any action and stop talking. Right? I'm literally seeing this energy as kind of just being like, release control of the situation and do nothing for a bit. Okay? Especially, again, some of you guys with this corporate mindset, this hard work mentality, you gotta change that up, right? Because these people are keeping you busy so that way you don't realize what they're doing to you, what you're attracting. Okay? Maybe, again, since you guys are attractive, it could be one of those things where you don't realize you're attractive, and all these people are like, huh, they don't realize it. Okay, I'm just going to take advantage of you. What they don't realize is the day that you, like, actually say, hey, you know what? I don't know, I'm seeing, like, literally, like, Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool, literally being like, yeah, all of this is BS. I'm going to go, like, be my Ryan Reynolds Deadpool self out in the world. Suddenly that non-action is going to turn into action real fast, and boom, 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 boom. Your life is going to fall right into alignment, and you're not even going to be thinking about this rejection energy. Whatever you cut out of your soul, like, you had to cut it out of your soul, guys, to stay around these people. And that is a shame, but also not a surprise, because at this point in time, you're thinking that's what everybody else is like. Everyone else has got this shiny inner star that they're all suppressing, and it's all going to work itself out. And maybe if I just, like, put some time and energy into my 9 to 5, then maybe it's going to work. No! No, it's a broken system. They want you to be dead on the inside. And guess what? Not everybody has the same thing that you got going on. Whatever you cut out of yourself is going to get revealed to you in a big way when you stop participating in things that you don't desire, you don't fit in, you don't feel attractive in. Anything that makes you feel less of yourself, kick it to the curb. Kick it to the curb. Yeah, action. We've got non-action and action. So maybe you're having a hard time balancing between the two. Maybe this person who rejected you, it was like, sometimes they were like really up in my business and loving on me, and then there's no action, and no. There's a back and forth here. Maybe you would benefit from one of my other readings that I have on here. But specifically, like, don't be basing your worth and value on other people's actions. I know there's this common, like, relationship phrase right now going on there. We're saying, like, if they wanted to, they would, and da-da-da. Dude, sometimes people got mental health issues. Sometimes people can't take action, or they're taking action for themselves because they need to. Maybe you gotta realize that the world doesn't revolve around you. Like, they're not your parent. You know what I mean? And especially if you were chasing after somebody who peaked in high school, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, they're not taking any action towards you because they don't know how. They're not an adult. They don't speak their mind. They don't understand what's going on around you. So, like, when you're out there making waves and doing the things you actually want to do, and when you start taking action on bringing that piece of yourself back, you're going to go, where am I? Like, you're like, literally, guys, I'm literally seeing you, like, go on a spiritual retreat, go get real in touch with yourself, and you're going to come back and you're going to go to the office and be like, what am I doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? I'm channeling a friend right now where she does this all the time. She's like, what are you doing? Go get the bag, right? Material world. Yeah, a lot of you guys, maybe you're afraid of social status. You're afraid of not having enough money. You're not afraid of blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Seriously, like, don't care. Maybe people rejected you because they think you're poor. Maybe they've got all these judgments which are judgments against themselves. Okay, right? Because, like, you can be financially successful and not judge poor people, especially the ones that, you know, came from poverty and rose above. They are never going to look at a poor person and, you know, do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Or 9 times out of 10, I mean, there's always the exception that's jaded, but, like, literally, you guys, stop basing your worth because of your upbringing, your lack of material wealth, because other people don't perceive you as wealthy. Because here's the thing too. You cannot gauge how much money a person has by looking on them. You can tell by their actions. You can tell by the way they behave, but sometimes even then you can't. All right? This world is full of a lot of liars and a lot of people trying to look better than they are. And you guys are the type of people that you actually are who you say you are. And that is really harsh because when you are trying to reconcile with a world outside of you that is not in alignment with truth, that gets really hard. And that's going to get revealed to you in a big way when you start stepping out. Because you're going to realize how much money you can actually make by just you being you. Like, there's no secret. There's really no secret to you just going out there and existing. If you were made for money, you're going to get it. If you were made to be down with whatever you're down with, you're going to be taken care of. Like, don't let the money hold you back, especially if you're in survival mode right now, because it's like, listen, when you lose yourself, it's all temporary, but losing yourself along the way is the worst part of it. And don't let any of these corporate elitist people take that away from you, or the government, or whoever the heck is oppressing you. Don't give them that power. You know what the reality is. We got numbing. Yeah, you guys are numbing yourself out from having to reconcile with the fact that, wow, I've got a whole Deadpool-like personality. I've got a whole alternate life out there waiting for me that I'm numbing myself out because I sold that for what? Suits and ties and meetings that are endless and nothing that ever created anything for me? Yeah, this isn't the follow your dream speech. This is the follow yourself speech. Because here's the thing, even if this is a temporary stage where you gotta go out and be creative and explore things, I'm not saying quit your day job. What I am saying, though, is you gotta start getting more real and honest. You know, what are your boundaries in relationships with work? What are your boundaries in relationships with rejection? Are you afraid of getting rejected by that girl because you don't have the job that you think she wants? Who the heck cares? Seriously. Stop listening to the podcasters. Stop listening to people in relationships that you don't want to be like. Stop following trends and just go get the work done. Right? Go work on yourself. Go, stop rejecting and abandoning yourself. And they're going to find other people that are like, wow, you're really cool. And then it's going to be real instead of you having to waste all this time and energy taking your mask on, taking your mask off, playing all the rules. And I'm sorry, some of you guys, you're too big for this stuff. We're grown adults. We shouldn't be playing these games, especially in the work environment. I was about to cuss, but I'm working on that. Compromise. Okay, so this is going to be your final card for the reading, but compromise. Okay, because I understand we do have to live in a material world. We do have realistic expectations of bills and things like that. And you don't want to be straining your relationships. But you gotta compromise in a way that allows you to live your full potential. Okay, don't compromise your values because you're attracted to somebody. If you see someone that looks really good and you're sitting there going like, man, that's the love of my life, but then they do that one thing that you say, that crossed my boundary, that crossed my line, I'm out. Don't compromise on it. Compromise on the things that are important to you. Like, yeah, okay, maybe I don't want to live in a city. Maybe I'm okay with living on a ranch on the countryside for a bit. Maybe I'm okay with, all right, maybe they've got this habit that's a little gross. But you know what? I'm going to put up with the gross habit if it means I have peace, security, and financial abundance that makes me happy. I like waking up next to this person and going, wow, this is love of my life. You know? So maybe, that rejection of that person in the past, that was divine protection. Okay? Because figuring out what you're willing to compromise on and what you're not will very much determine what kind of relationships you have, what kind of job you have, what kind of action you're going to take. Get clear on that, and then maybe this piece of you is going to come back. Yeah, maybe this version of you were so detached from it that you got super, super depressed. And no wonder, because you weren't making any movement or change in action towards your life. Because it wasn't you. You didn't go out there and become the rock star child you wanted to be. But guess what? Not everybody's a rock star. You don't have to be this big, amazing figure. But you gotta be all of you if you want to go be the most amazing version of yourself. Okay? Like, I'm not going to sit here and sell you that, like, all right, you're going to be famous, you're going to be like, stop telling people that. Because being famous doesn't mean anything about being successful and having a great life. What you got to focus on is what actions do you take right now, and what's going to get revealed to you, or what those actions need to be. Okay? And specifically, I'll even tell you some of them right now, just from me here. Focus on your words. What do you want to manifest? Say what you feel and what you mean. Use discretion, obviously, but say exactly how you feel and speak it out into the universe. Start doing it in private. Set boundaries and set clear goals. That is all you need to do. Like this group, that's what needed revealed to you. Do those things. It's going to start coming in a lot quicker. And stop numbing yourself out. Numbing yourself out is not going to change the problem. Okay? It's not going to attract the boyfriend. It's not going to attract the relationship of your dreams. It's not going to attract the job. Okay? But what is exciting is what's going to get revealed to you after you do this work. All right? Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Please join me on my live streams every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. Like and subscribe and share this video to your friends. I appreciate the support and love that you guys have been helping me out with. Please consider donating in the description below. I love you guys and I really appreciate your generosity. And check out my link in the bio for my website and all the other things that are going on with mindovermania here in the description. And also comment to let me know how this resonated with you. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, guys. Hey, everybody. You have chosen pile number 4. We're going to go ahead and reveal what this card was. Ooh, we got the Undead in reverse. I absolutely love this card. It's beautiful artwork. I love the pinks and purples in it. I feel like this is related to your reading, but I feel like what is going to get revealed to you guys is related to you are going to be revealing something. And in that revelation, that is going to, like, by you revealing something, it's going to be a revelation to yourself and towards maybe a lot of other people, which is super important. And I really hope you share your message. Anyways, we're going to start with a quick vibe check to make sure that this is your pile. And then we're going to go in and get more information and details about what's about to be revealed. Y'all, you're going to drop a holy bombshell on some people. I don't know. I keep grinning. And specifically, I'm looking at the halo around this undead person. Again, it's kind of hard with this lighting, but like, yeah, this person, it's like you're coming out of a hollow shell, a grave, again, because the theme is undead. I'm literally seeing it as like, you're kind of on your white horse and you're not backing down from something. I see you, maybe you're going to publicly condemn somebody's behavior, or maybe a lot of people's behavior, and it's going to make some people upset, but I think it's also going to be a really great reveal. I'm looking at the horse and there's like this blue stuff around the throat, and I feel like maybe you're going to be speaking up and saying words that a lot of other people had pent up aggression towards somebody or some situation. And I think you're going to have to choose your words. However, I feel like someone's going to get what's coming to them with whatever you're about to reveal. I feel like some of you guys, I'm literally seeing this pile and you're kind of like, maybe you were hoping that this thing that you had floating in the back of your mind is going to come out public or is going to be made aware to somebody else. But I have a feeling that you are going to be setting some things into motion. And I feel like you've just been sitting here waiting. You're just like chomping at the bit, being like, I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to do it. Now your spirit guide team is saying like, hey, you're not manifesting this right. Okay, because we don't want anybody to get harmed in this scenario, and I feel like some of you guys, I mean, you got really great dreams and great ideas, but like, you know, it's not always in your best interest to run around and start crap talking somebody, especially if that person, you know, has a lot of resources that can be reactionary towards you. I feel like you need to let things build over time, and you need to get just clear. and clarity. And I think that's where this revelation is going to happen, is maybe you are out there talking to somebody about something very specific, and suddenly it's going to open up the eyes of a lot of people. And then afterwards, you're going to go home and think about it, and you're going to go, oh, shoot. Oh my God. Literally, I see you guys being like, I can't believe I just said that on a very public platform and nobody noticed, but then everybody did. And then suddenly, holy cow, everything just happens all at once. Numbing. So maybe some of you guys are trying to numb yourself away from this shining light. Maybe you're trying to numb out the fact that you were the sacrificial lamb. Someone had to do it. Someone's got to say it. And I think maybe you're numbing yourself off. Yeah, you're numbing yourself, and like you're trying to back off from something that is hurting you fundamentally by not speaking your truth about something or someone. And I think that really hurts you, and I think that's why it won't get off your mind. You can't get past this situation because it's going to have an impact that is fundamental to your human beingness. Again, whatever it is you're about to reveal, it's going to cause things to move and change. We've got non-action. Yeah, you're stuck. You're trapped. Maybe you've been saying something for a long time. Like maybe it's like, there's poison in the water and everyone keeps drinking it and I don't know why y'all keep doing it. Guess what? The time now is going to be about starting to speak. Okay, and what's going to happen is you're going to be talking about this. Maybe you've been venting about this thing for years, but maybe you only did it in private. Well, maybe you come out there and share a Facebook post and say, hey, yeah, nope. We're not doing this anymore because blah, blah, blah. And then you know what happens 3 years down the road? All of a sudden, everything you said came true. And people are going to go, what the heck? Oh my God. I did not know. Right? Right? And you're going to sit there and you're going to be grinning ear to ear because you're going to say, hey, guess what I said? It was the truth. I wasn't lying to you. I wasn't hiding anything from you. I was actually the person I said I was, and you should love me anyway. I was about to say something else, but I'm paying attention to my words because you got to be careful about what you want to manifest, right? You want people to love you for your revelations, not revile you. The only people that are going to really revile you for your revelations are the people that don't trust intuition, the people that don't want you to call things out publicly. Specifically, if there's like a narcissist in the room that is kind of used to hiding behind their flying monkeys, it's going to be very apparent to somebody when they start doing the legwork and realize that not everybody's a flying monkey. And you're going to reveal something that's going to be a little bit of a disaster for somebody else. And it's like, hey, I am only revealing the actions that you took. I'm not keeping any secrets about what you did. We ain't friends like that. Pressure cooker, rage ready to explode. Some of you guys are really upset and have been very upset about some of the behavior that's been going on. And it's been very apparent to you that people were not taking you seriously. And I'm just saying, you're trying to white knight this. Like, you're going to come in and you're going to be like, oh no, honey. Oh no, you messed around. And you're going to find out that there's an army back here. There's not just like a one-man band. This is like a whole legion of people that are no longer putting up with your BS. And we don't have to go grab our guns and knives and whatever. We can stand in the light. We can use our words and our adult voices and speak rather than subjugate people, rather than harm people, rather than shame people and do whatever. I mean, obviously, we're still a band of idiots, but at the end of the day, we're not idiots. We're not. And at the end of the day, we can't make people change, but what we can do is we can stand in our truth. And I don't think that makes you an idiot if you do that, huh? I don't know, I'm definitely getting a certain kind of energy where I'm like, listen, you can call me dumb all you want. And then when the truth comes out, I'm right and you're wrong. And I'm not here to shame you or to guilt you, but there's a huge difference between getting into an argument and getting into a toxic relationship, doing all this crazy stuff just to prove somebody wrong, right? Like that, like this is like this is the group that is going to be calling out some toxic things that were not okay, that people are used to getting away with, and it's unacceptable. And people don't want to have the unacceptable leader like, oh no, that was my fun, that was whatever. I'm like, I'm sorry, stop sexually harassing people, stop doing things that are not okay, stop sugarcoating things, stop hiding behind lies, right? Like, I'm literally seeing you guys being like, nope, you know, I don't have to be mean, but I got a voice, and there's a lot of other people around me that are not going to be messing around and messing with me and messing with you. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's get into the cards. Maintaining this kind of energy, because I feel like, you know, this is fast moving energy, guys. Like, I'm seeing this, like, when you start saying this stuff, like, I'm seeing, like, maybe you're gonna say something that's gonna go viral, and people are gonna go, who the heck is he or she or whatever? Like, you're gonna say something, and boom, there goes the floodgates, and it's gonna be very obvious who messed with you and found out. All right, so we've got, I think this is Temperance in reverse. I'm gonna cover things up for the sake of YouTube. Yeah, Temperance in reverse. We got the Masterless Knight, which I love this card because this is basically, it's the Joker card. All right, I'm using the Alleyman's Tarot right now. This is basically, you don't know what this knight's gonna do. This is kind of like, you know, in the storybooks, the Black Knight that shows up. In some stories, he's the good guy, but you didn't know it at first, and sometimes he's the bad guy. But in general, he tends to be pretty neutral. You don't know what's coming as a result of this, right? You're just a player in a game, guys. And at the end of the day, what your truth reveals is going to impact a lot of people. And you're going to say things that are going to cause people to think. And it's going to cause the enemy to think. And it's going to cause the neutral people to think. And it's going to cause all these other different people to spin their wheels. And, yeah, next card we got the Joker. Yeah. There's a lot of tumultuous energy where you are not going to know what you're playing with. Which is okay. You got to be fearless a little bit. As long as you're standing in your truth. But don't say things that can get you in trouble later on. Okay, like specifically, you know, for those of you that maybe if you're doing social work or social worker advocacy, social justice advocacy, like obviously, like, you know, use your head, right? Mind your matter. But this Masterless Knight, though, I think that's going to be you. And I really see you guys kind of being like, maybe, for example, you are really into social justice, and you're going to quickly realize that not everybody in the social justice industry is out to actually do the right thing. They're out to capitalize on people's pain and spreading misinformation and whatever, and they're just singing Kumbaya. You have no master, which makes you very dangerous to a lot of people, because they're going to sit there and be like, man, we worked for years, and this is a great person, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden, they did that one thing, boom, gone forever, and people are going to go, oh, oh, oh no, pile number 4 just revealed something that was not supposed to be shared on the internet about that person because they messed around and found out, right? Like, it's almost like I feel like some of these people need to understand that there are a lot of masterless knights out there that they are not going to stay loyal to you if you keep on presenting things that are harmful to other people, right? And, you know, I just want to say, you know, like, I'm sorry for those people that maybe if you had past actions that were harmful, you know, maybe, you know, like, I think it's okay to own that, you know, because for some reason I'm feeling like very sorry and regret, because it's kind of like, hey, you know, I didn't know at the time that what I said was wrong. I didn't know that these belief systems were harmful to other people. This is not what you should be afraid of, right? Because there's a huge difference between, especially like for social advocacy, right? If you are out there campaigning for something or a cause and you didn't have information at that time and you change, that's a good thing. But it's important that you acknowledge it, right? Because the masterless lights, like that's the type of energy you got to be careful with it, because it's tricky, because it's like, no one's going to ever 100% be loyal to you either, especially if you're in that game of making social changes. But the Masterless Knight knows, too, who's real and who's fake, okay? And that's how they make their plays. They gauge you. They watch you. They take time to understand you and what moves you're making, and then they make a call from there. And as long as you've got that light around you, you're going to be safe. Okay? You're always going to get taken care of. Focus on the light. Focus on what got you here. Focus on your truth. Don't share your truth in a malicious intent, but share it for those who can't speak. We've got the tower, the house of God. We've got this lightning streak. Yeah, maybe you're going to mess up someone's family home life by what you said. Maybe you did so unintentionally. Maybe you hurt somebody by something that you said. Sometimes someone's got to take the fall. Especially, for example, like if you're trying to protect an abuser, if that person hurt you, then that's your story to reveal. But if there's other people out there that can't speak, sometimes it's necessary to use your voice and to talk about it. Maybe you're going to be the villain for a little bit, but again, you're the Masterless Knight. You have no master. You have no obedience or authority towards anybody that is not serving the highest good of yourself and everybody else. And that's why everyone's afraid of you. We got the Comforter, which is also the Empress. And then we've got the Fool, but I have a feeling the Fool is in reverse. And yeah, I'm seeing you're often in an energy of time is running out. Time is not running out. Not for this stuff. Not for this BS. They will always make you feel and think like there is not enough time. You can't save it. Do the political policies changing? Like, these people like to rush you so you don't think. That's why they try to force people to work hard and do all these things so they don't have to sit and realize what's happening to them. Okay? And you're seeing it. You see the gaps in all the stories. You see the gaps in the wages. You see the gaps in all these things. And you're not supporting it anymore. This Empress energy is you're going from girlhood to womanhood, boyhood to manhood. The Empress, though, specifically for this group, you need to make sure you work on your relationship and network building. I'm specifically seeing the one thing that nobody understands about the Empress and nobody talks about is the Empress has an army of followers. The Empress doesn't need to use swords to fight her battles. And that's where a lot of these political people, a lot of these people, these abusive people, they don't have the leverage that an attractive truth speaker has, and somebody who can rally people together through genuine relationships. All right? True leaders inspire people. True leaders don't need to oppress people. True leaders do not need to get you to adhere to fear in any way. Okay? And this is going to get revealed through you, but also to other people. It's going to get revealed back to you just how important this feminine energy is. Releasing the idea that everything productive, like we got to sit around and act like robots. That's the most efficient piece of like work and productivity. Like there's so much of this capitalistic BS right now that is not sustainable. It's hurting people. And specifically you guys, you're going to start revealing how you got it done without taking the shortcuts that they did. You're going to show how staying true to yourself, staying true to your values, and how hard work can work when you do it the right way. Like, don't be a fool. Don't be fooled by this BS. Like, you don't have to be working 80 hours. Like, if you're working 60 to 80 hours a week to get by, that means something's wrong. Nobody, like, no leadership allows that kind of stuff to happen. There's so much that's going to get revealed to you as a result of you speaking up. When you start to say, hey, I think something's wrong. Okay? There's a reason why when you go to the court system, certain sorts of things do not pass, that don't go through. You're starting to see the cracks in the machine. You are the masterless knight. Take charge of your story. Speak only when spoken to, but also not when spoken to, when it counts. Use your intuition. And I don't know. I definitely get the vibe of like they need to be scared of your voice. They need to listen to you and say, you need to start being afraid of what's coming your way, because this tower is going to fall apart really quick when you realize that people are no longer putting up with abuse anymore. No, it's not the way life works. It's the way you work. And we don't have to do that anymore. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, I'd love to get connected with all. Y'all seem really great. Hardworking, amazing, beautiful people. And you know, I just want to say, because like I don't know at what time period y'all are going to be finding this message. But I just want to let you know that, you know, I am sorry for any political beliefs or any things that I've said in the past that maybe got misconstrued, because I can tell you right now, this is the energy I'm working towards. That someday I want to be out there and be a voice of change. And I think we're all taking the time to learn and grow and find out what love means, what that means in terms of other people. And I don't know, to those of you that are harmfully impacted by my words, I'm sorry, but I made a choice. And this is that choice, is that if the foundation needs to break to let out the good, then so be it. So, anyways, like, subscribe, comment, reveal yourself to whoever I'm talking to, because I'm like, wow, geez, I don't know what's going on with this energy, but this is a very specific message. I have live streams every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 7 p.m. Central. I do free tarot readings. Yeah, some of y'all, I'm gonna be like, don't book a reading, because I don't think you're gonna want to talk to me about some of this stuff. Again, I think take what resonates, depending on which energy is coming through. I feel like some of you guys, you know exactly who you are. Maybe some of you guys are the masterless knight and you're feeling me out, trying to see where I'm coming from. But yeah, I don't think you need to book a reading with me, guys. I'm not gonna put that offer on the table. I mean, I appreciate the support. You know, please donate. You know, like and share and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll see you around, Masterless Knight. Keep on keeping on. I enjoy your energy, and thank you so much for trying to keep the light going in face of all the darkness. We're all in this together, right? We have no master. All right. All right, guys. Okay, something else needs to get revealed to you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. This is an extension to the reading. Yeah, if you're still here, maybe this weeded out some of the other people, but what is this masterless knight gonna reveal to you? I'm seeing storm clouds, so maybe there's a storm approaching. Oh, we've got literally one right after another. We've got these bombs, we've got storm clouds. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be chaos everywhere, but this masterless knight has all the tools in their tool belt to get through this. Yeah, they're a force, man. Jeez. Yeah, we got the 5 of Cups. What is this energy? I don't know what this is, but it was in the reverse. It's a Cupid and a woman knighting this person. Maybe this is, I don't think it's the Lovers. Oh, it's got number 5. I forget what number 5 is in the tarot, but it might be the Lovers. And then we've got the Thing amongst reflections. Yeah. So I guess what's going to get revealed to you with this masterless night energy is, first of all, you're not going through this alone. I feel like a lot of you guys, maybe you were individuals who often were solo in your upbringing, in your mind spaces and whatnot. And these cups kind of represent to me a lot of resentment about society and the way things have been run. And specifically, what I'm feeling with this group is you guys are always at it alone. You're a masterless knight, right? But when you become aware that there's a bunch of masterless knights out there, you don't necessarily need a master, but understanding that you don't have to do this alone, that you are not the only person suffering out there, I think was the biggest trigger for you guys to reveal what you needed to hear. Because a lot of this, I don't know, there's like something anonymous going on where maybe you guys are very big about concealing your identity for fear of whatever, but I feel as though this crowd in particular knows that they're never alone and that they don't have to experience this pushback, right? Because, you know, people that are trying to remain in power that are harmful to other people, they don't want people who speak the truth, right? And it's like, I'm sorry, there's a huge difference between someone coming out there and making false allegations as opposed to you hurt people. You did bad things. And it's not okay that you are continuing to give a public platform. Like, you did XYZ to people. That is a fact. Okay? We've got eyes, we've got ears, we've got cameras. You can't blame AI for this stuff because we all know. And there's going to be no more of this masterless night nonsense when the truth is in your face. Because some of you guys, you know who you are, and you know who this other person is. And maybe this is about another person that maybe is so used to the cloak and dagger thing. And when you come out saying, yeah, we're not going to do that game anymore, suddenly they're going to go, oh. And they realize that you were serious and they weren't. Okay? Yeah, with this Lovers card in reverse, I feel like you got to take responsibility for the things that you're putting out there, the things that you're doing and saying to others. And there are consequences to that. Okay? You can't be playing cloak and dagger with the wrong people. All right? And some of you guys, maybe they got revealed to you that you got in a mess that was not meant for you. Stay in the light. Stay with love. And someone else's business is not yours to meddle with. Okay? Stay in that loving and abundant frequency. Okay? Don't go out there to hurt everybody and try to be a vigilante, right? Because the Masterless Knight, like, I know I hyped you guys up at the beginning of this reading, but like, don't take this as an invitation to mess around and find out with the wrong people, right? Because some of you guys, you are the Masterless Knight, and some of you guys are messing with Masterless Knights that you don't know, okay? Because you're trying to perceive things, right? The Thing amongst reflections, yeah, you guys are resistant towards control, and you got to be careful with this energy of understanding there's something buried in your subconscious that you're not facing. And there's a huge difference with this Masterless Knight energy of the people that are the vigilantes and the people you can trust. Okay? And that's why everyone's afraid of them, right? And so you got to get clear with your boundaries. You got to say only what you mean. And I mean, sometimes there's going to be some flexibility there because you're a human being. But like, what you got to stop saying is there's no one out there for you. You got to stop saying that this is all going to be over soon. I literally feel like it's out of the corner of my mouth. I can't even fully reveal to you what needs to be said because you have to let it out. Full force. You are a force of nature. You are not a negative force if you're fighting for the light, because the light is going to protect you. Okay? Say whatever it is that brings things to light, because you are the light in the darkness. Okay? Be the light in the darkness. Spread love, not hate. You can be angry and upset, but don't spread hate. And use your words very, very specifically, okay? Thank you guys so much for staying for the extended piece, and I look forward to seeing you guys out there saving the day. All right, take care, and I will see you all next time. Bye.